Hello, welcome. How are you today? I am Dr. Andrew Michaels, and I'm out of my straitjacket. That's right. And I'm at home, and I've got some chores to do, and I was wondering if you could join me and help me with my silly little chores. Now let me see what I can do here. That's better. Right about there. Okay. And today we're going to do a little bit of fun with a binaural microphone. Let's see. This time of year where we live, there's plenty of fresh, that's right, fresh corn. And I never saw anybody spend time shucking corn with their audience before, and I thought it might be fun. Something to do. So I got these bags, and I love corn on the cob. I even have little corn salt and pepper shaker. See that? It's pretty cool. Yeah. Let's see where the other one is. Here it is. And here's my little salt and pepper shakers. Now, is that the coolest little thing you've ever seen? Got the, I don't know what they call that, it's not hair, but the corn silk gets all over everything when you use that kind of, look at that. Everyday items can be so much fun. That's right. Those are my salt and pepper little corn shakers, and I love corn on the cob. I just love it, and I hope I'm never too old to enjoy it. This is really fresh corn too. So what we're going to do today is we're going to peel the corn in the left and right microphone. So that'll be fun. See, so there's one little. Now, this doesn't look like that great a piece of corn. You know, it's kind of small here on the end. But this is really good Ohio, Central Ohio corn, and oh my God, does it smell good. Oh, it's heavenly. There's no such thing as a corn flavored candle. That's because you've never had corn like this. I've got a bag, and I'm going to put it in the thing. And we're done. Put it in there. Now we did the left side. Now we're going to do the right side. So we're going to peel this corn over here in the right one. And where do you live? Do you live where you can get a lot of really cool fresh produce? I had a friend who grew up in San Diego, California, and he used to tell me how they used to go in the backyard and pick avocados off their trees in the backyard. And you just get a spoon and you scoop them right out and eat them right off the tree. I just thought that was neat. So I was thinking about that. I was in Florida once, and I went out in my friend's front yard, and they happen to have an orange tree, and beautiful Florida oranges right there. Oh, heavenly. You know, you can smoke this stuff. It's slightly hallucinogenic. I wouldn't. But that's what I've been told. So we did a left and a right. So now we'll do a right. Left. We'll do a left. So anyway, I was in Florida, and I went out in my friend's front yard, and I pulled a orange off the tree, and I started to peel it and eat it right there. And it was the first time in my life. Here comes that train. I ever ate an orange off a tree, but it was also the first time I ever ate a fresh, warm, sun-warmed orange, and it was so delicious. It really was. There's another one. And I loved it. So, this is, you know, kind of an experimental video for fun to maybe see what everybody likes. Oops, I bumped my microphone. There we go. I'm gonna have some fun. So we're down 4 ears. Now, when you go to the farm market, you don't get, I'm gonna do one more right. You don't get a dozen ears of corn. No. You get 13. They always do the baker's dozen at the farm markets. We're going to do a left now. Now this might not be soothing to some people, but, and if it isn't, I apologize. But it's different, and I think it might be fun. You know, I think there's something we're forgetting about society. We don't share things like this with each other. We don't share our food knowledge and our food experiences quite the same way anymore as we used to. What a mess. All of this for the compost pile, right? Maybe. Lately, we've been telling people about going to the butcher shop where I live because the prices are better and the food quality is so much better. And on the way home from the butcher shop, we've been stopping at the farm market. And I told my family now that I'm out of the booby hatch at Arkham Sanatorium, I got my release papers a few days ago. If you happen to see my straitjacket video, I really felt like I wanted to maybe like have a little party. We'll have some corn, have friends over. Share some experiences. And like I said, I've been sharing food tips with friends and family and people I know. And the butcher shop probably loves me for it because I'm sending a lot of business their way. And not eating overly processed foods, overly engineered corn. Now, corn's been engineered since the day we set foot on Plymouth Rock. So don't be fooled when people tell you it's organic. This corn is as close to God and heaven as you're going to get when it comes to corn. And it's delicious, and it's perfection. And it's soft. Oh God, it's so soft. It literally falls right off the cob. But this corn is so far removed from the corn that the pilgrims had 200-300 years ago. Corn has been engineered since man figured out he could eat it. So don't be fooled by that. That's misinformation. But there are foods that are overly processed, like pork and bacon and hamburger and beef and things with flour in them and cookies, things like that. And when they're overly engineered and processed, you're basically eating cardboard and water and sugar. So it's important to try to get natural foods as much as possible. And I'm not a health nut, but I do believe in eating healthy, and I'll tell you why. I was eating a lot of processed foods, frozen foods, and things because of my job. And since I switched to a more closer to home, buying food from local shops, local produce farms, things like that, and the butcher shop locally, unprocessed meats, it's saved me money, plus it's helped my diet. I'm losing weight. Every week I lose weight. I'm healthy. I feel good. I feel more active. I'm getting more done. I'm not as tired as I was. And I just have a general feeling of wellness. And all of these are good things. So, try to stay away from eating too many processed foods. And I know this isn't like the best binaural microphone video you've ever seen, but it is different. It is different. And I hope it's kind of exciting that I'm sharing some time with you. I'm going to do this. And I'm sharing my experiences. And I'm talking about how I eat and provide for my family. And like I said, eating organic, if you go to the grocery store and you go down the organic aisle and you think you're going to save money or anything like that, that's a joke. They actually raise the prices because it's organic. But if you go and you shop at local vendors, the people that the store buys from, the little mom and pop stands all over, and you go to your local butcher, you're going to be eating a lot less processed food, processed meats, and you're going to be eating a lot more healthier food, and you're going to save a lot of money. I just got some zucchini, 50 cents a zucchini, and we're going to have zucchini, like we're going to buy like a bushel of zucchini. We're going to just stick it in bags, chop it up, put it in bags and freeze it. We'll have zucchini all winter for a nice healthy stir fries, things like that. Recently I got a box of chicken quarters for $15.50. That's cheap. That's 40 pounds of chicken parts for $15.50. Now some of you might be vegetarians, and that might be really gross that I'm talking about eating meat. But for those of you who are still carnivores, I'm telling you, shop at your local butcher shop and go with the deals. And I broke that one off so I can show you the thing on the bottom there. We're going to break it off in the left. There we go. Right there in the left-hand mic. Bacon from the butcher shop that's not full of water and lard and grease from the processing plant is so much better for you. I can eat locally raised brown eggs, and they're green too. I can show them to you if you want. And here we go. We're almost done. Here's number 13, if you've been counting. 13 years for a dozen. Price of a dozen. There's a little bug in there. What is that? I don't know. Well, he ain't gonna make it. So anyway, I can eat eggs and bacon now on a busy day, and I don't feel sick to my stomach. I feel great. I feel refreshed. I'm eating locally made jelly, which you might think, jelly. Yeah. I'm not eating the garbage that you buy at the store. It's just full of sugar, corn syrup. I'm eating jelly that's made out of something called fruit. And my family is happier, less moody, better moods, better attitude, less health issues. I'll break this off on the right. There we go. And there's 13 ears of shucked corn. And like I said, I'm not a health nut. I'm about eating right. And we would go to the grocery store and spend $200, $250, come home with a very small grocery cart of food that wouldn't last us a week or two, because the meat, like you'd buy a roast and some hamburger and some stuff, and you back up $100 in the meat bill, and it was only 4 or 5 meals worth of meat. Now I go to the butcher shop and I've got a freezer in a matter of a few weeks, well, actually a few months that I've been going to the butcher shop. A few months we've been steadily going to the butcher shop and getting the sales and getting the deals that we can. My freezer up here is full, in the refrigerator, the side-by-side refrigerator. My freezer is full of meat, and that's with a family with 3 kids. So there's always 5 or 6 people eating. We can afford to eat steak again, with not breaking the budget. Lamb, nice healthy, fat-free, low-fat lamb, and we can eat chicken as much as we want, and we're all a lot healthier for it. Now, here's the kicker. I'm back to eating real healthy banana mango smoothies because I can afford to buy frozen and fresh fruits now, because I'm not spending so much money on my meat and other products. So it's a way to save a lot of money for a family. No matter where you live, there is a local butcher shop somewhere. So search them out and check their prices. And eggs. Everybody is into organic eggs now. And the price of eggs is skyrocketing because it's big business. They're trying to drive up the market. And everybody's getting into this homegrown eggs. Now, eggs are more expensive than the store, but hang on, I'll be right back. We get these eggs from a local provider, a friend, family friend, and they are just gorgeous, fresh eggs. I don't want to break them. You see them all right? Oop. There we go. Okay. Now these are all from the same chickens, but sometimes they come out green. And that's a brown egg. And what you do is you go to the store and you save your cartons. And you get a few dozen cartons. You go and you pick up like $10 or $12 worth of eggs. And they're so fresh, they last a month or several weeks. And you know, they're like $3 a dozen, which is way more expensive than the store. But I can eat a couple of eggs and a couple of slices of bacon, some toast with good, wholesome fruit jelly, whole wheat bread, a couple of farm fresh eggs, very fresh. Some of these like came out the same day I got them, right out of the chicken. You can't get any fresher than that. And basically, I get up from the table, I feel like $1,000,000, and I go about my day. I don't have a stomach ache, I don't feel lethargic, I don't feel grossed out. So it is something to think about. And one thing that my wife and I have noticed, and my whole family actually has noticed, when you eat a filler hot dog from the grocery store, you eat 2 or 3 times as much because your body never feels satisfied. When you're eating overly processed foods, your body feels like it's not getting the nourishment and the sustenance that it needs. It can tell you're eating garbage. You're eating cellulose and sugar and filler material. You're not really getting good, wholesome meats and breads and things like that. So you have to eat like 2 or 3 times as much of the product. You gain weight, you get a lot heavier, and you feel like garbage because you're stuffed, you're bloated. Now when we cook a whole meat hot dog from the butcher shop, I'm a grown man, 1 hot dog, maybe 2, I'm stuffed. So you're eating less food, getting more nourishment, feeling better, saving money on your food bill, eating a lot healthier. You're losing weight, which is kind of funny because I am a big guy, but I am losing weight just from eating a lot better quality of food products. So this isn't like me telling people to go organic or anti-GMOs or anything like that. This is about eating smart, eating wise. Look around, go down the street, buy your local corn and tomatoes and lettuce. You know, you take a tomato and you bounce it from the grocery store off the floor like a rubber ball. A hydroponic tomato. You go down the street and get a tomato. They don't last as long because the skin is thinner and it's a fresher tomato. It's a juicier tomato. But you're going to eat it. It's not going to rot in your refrigerator 3 weeks later because you forgot about it. You're going to come home, you're going to cook up a nice, wholesome spaghetti sauce with fresh tomatoes. It's going to be good. The kids are going to eat it. They're going to eat everything up. You're going to save a fortune on bills. You're going to throw away less food. It's totally worth it. And you're supporting your local brothers and sisters that are trying to support their families through honest, hard work. You're not supporting a corporation like Walmart or Kroger's or Giant Eagle that could give two hoots about the community or the people around. And I hate to say that, but that's how I feel. Especially Walmart. I mean, we're talking about big business. We're talking about big business, and we're talking about buying eggs that are 4 weeks old on the shelf before you even get them home. And you can go right down the street. Maybe you have to pay more, but the eggs aren't going to go to waste and be scraped into the disposal or scraped into the dog dish. The eggs are going to go inside your body, and you're going to feel better because they taste delicious. They're fresh and they taste good. And everybody's happy. And there's something to be said about that. So, all of this said, here's the waste product from 13 ears of shucked corn. And that's, if you're into recycling or composting, that's some really good material right there. And we do recycle our plastic bags. We do try to help. Hope this doesn't all sound too... I'm trying to be practical, not, so I hope I didn't come across wrong. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. It may not be the greatest ASMR video sound-wise and subject matter. You could probably pick apart a little bit, but if I can help somebody by giving them some tips, some ideas on how to save money in today's really tough financial climate, save money for their family, it can really add up. We've knocked $300 or $400 a month off of our food bill, and we're happier, we're healthier, and we're eating really well. We're eating really good products. So that's amazing. Usually you go to the store and they fool you. They go, well, if you want to eat organic, go ahead. And all of those prices are higher. And you think, well, I can't keep up with this. So this is a bad idea. This organic crap's going to break the bank. And I'm telling you, if you do a little footwork, you won't even shop in your local grocery store, Walmart. Maybe once a month at that. Sometimes we don't even go to the grocery store in a month. We've quit going. We go to Family Dollar discount type stores for products we can't get otherwise. And the rest of our stuff comes from the butcher shop, from the farm market, from the local markets nearby. And we're happy. We are extremely happy. And you get to know these people. They build up a rapport with you, and you can start to get better deals. They'll tell you about things coming up that are going to help you save even more money. And I'm very grateful for it. Okay. Thank you for joining me tonight. Glad I got out of the loony bin. And this is a Walmart shirt. And just to show you quality, how much they care about the consumer, this shirt that they sold me very cheaply from China is a long sleeve dress shirt. And I couldn't wear this to a funeral and not be laughed out of the... Look at that. That's the sleeve. That's a long sleeve shirt. And you know what? That's the second one I've bought from Walmart. Here you go. Not lying. It's not a mistake. That's what they consider a long sleeve shirt. So the money I saved on this cheap shirt made for Walmart, for the American consumer, is basically only good for a prop shirt for video work, or unless I want to walk around with my sleeves rolled up in a three-piece suit. Otherwise, it's basically worthless. So I saved nothing by buying cheap. So that's a good example of the lesson I was trying to teach today. Please let me know if you like this, and I'll pass on more advice or advice other people send my way on how to save money for the family of the 21st century. Thank you very much for joining me, and I hope you have a most blessed day. Bye-bye. See you later.